People, welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. We've been here before, and I have the feeling we will be here again. The last time we see something like this was with Richard Curry, aka Richard the Coconut. I've come to realize that because of seeing not just the people but also our leaders get tech for Poppy Show, and especially because of the savior mindset, this one special person that come save us all and lead us all to glory. I don't have to use my brain, I don't have to think for myself. This one person that's going to appear and we will just follow the light and go to paradise. Because of this, because historically black people have taken so many L's, it seems a lot of us are so desperate for a savior that they can be tricked with simplistic memes and AI voiceovers. Simplistic memes. That's what's catching the people. And that is what has anointed their latest quote-unquote black revolutionary. Just like with Richard Coconut, someone was riding the wave because one day you just start sipping your phone, be a Richard Curry start fighting. Oh, check out Richard Curry, he's so cool, he's so awesome, he's so great. Oh look, he's standing up to this and he's fighting against the corporations. He's here to save us all. Remember when you were on that wave? No fun jump on it being nice. Yo, you can't go on chat because I fight against the revolution on this and that. And now the whole on and sit down. Like so you never get tricked. All on Richard Curry fans, now that you realize he's exactly what I said he was, all I would not tell myself because suck my mother, and I know me I talk about, and just because me don't want to join the revolution that Richard Curry start, all I want to sit down now and tail stuck between her foot. Like when the things say me forget. That's what's going to happen here again. With your latest puppet disguised as a revolutionary. I'm talking about Ibrahim Traore. I have to say, the Russians and Chinese have pulled off one of the most spectacular acts of bamboozling the masses in recent times. Triori and his people, I don't know if he personally coordinates it, I don't know what role he plays in the actual propaganda and the pushing of the memes and the AI and all that, but whoever is behind that, one of the most spectacular acts of bamboozling the masses I've seen now. Even people who me know say have sense, even enough of them may get tricked. I have to send them back to the drawing board. Go and go look again and check again and link me back. Then they forward back and say, hold on, I can't believe if me fall for this nonsense. Through social media bots, paid propaganda and organic mimicry, because when something take off, whenever people start to be in memes and posts on the AI speeches, enough of them don't even realize it's AI speeches. Remember I said enough people, especially Jamaicans, don't even realize that Ibrahim Traore don't even speak English. Them don't even realize they are AI them are listening to. They don't even know what the translation is from French to English. They don't know. Even if you watch the videos, they can say, "Mo, now much you do, man." But nobody not have time for that. So after them they take off and go viral, then you know you have the people who jump on top right now. Hey, check out Triori, trying to sound smart. You know it already. Everybody tries to make it sound like they're onto the next thing, and me I try putting her onto this. Sit down and take notes, please. Now, of course, we know, after this video, half hour I get real upset, tell me something because something matter, you know me I talk about. The next half, I got actually go do some research, because I'm going to provide my sources, and when they done their research, next half I go link me back and say, John, I can't believe I got tricked. The next half, we'll continue to be confidently ignorant, and then slowly over time realize, alright, I see me go. But, I'm not going to link back the look at YouTube, I'm going to stop my tail and hope that him forget. I won't forget. Just like how I don't forget the whole Richard Curry circus. I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. What they have done is find another African puppet. But this one is being disguised as a black revolutionary who take back this and take over this, and it's all black this and black controlled, and now Burkina Faso is making all this money from taking, and they're building this and building that, and they've built this electric car all by themselves. So amazing. And it wouldn't be so bad if Jamaicans wasn't linking me, telling me that Jamaica should be more like this. Be more like what? I've warned you about African leaders. Some of them are real, some of them are few, but the majority can be summed up very easily. Look past the machismo, look past the sweet talk, look past telling you what you want here, black this and black that. Look over them shoulder and you will see a daddy. That daddy is either from the west or the east. That daddy might be American, might be British, might be French. On the other hand, that daddy might be Chinese, it might be Russian. But understand this, a puppet is a puppet, it's a puppet. Whether you're a puppet of the east or a puppet of the west, you are a puppet nonetheless. Let me say that one more time. Whether you're a puppet of the east or a puppet of the west, you are a puppet nonetheless. What are you trying to do? Have a competition? My puppet is better than yours. My leader who acts like he's in control is really being told what to do by these white daddies, and he's better than your white daddies. That's what these Negroes are competing over. Whose puppet is better? You see, your favorite African leader, a lot of them, as I say, tend to be very charismatic, focus a lot on image. They like to give you this tough guy image. That's what you see Triori doing, like military uniform, gun pound waist. The reality is, Traore is so scared. In his own country, he's selling it out for protection. Not from Uncle Sam, not from the big mighty West, but from internal enemies. None of this is any secret. I'm not telling you any special inside knowledge, but because you get your information from meme pages, you see like one picture of Traore with some words on it. When gullibility was being handed out, a lot of you joined the line at least 5 times. At least 5 times. You can't be that gullible. No way, Jose. You see, you would have seen things like this on your screen, bombard you up on your phone. And all of a sudden, you get message after message and meme after meme, and nothing in your brain activates and says, hold on, something wrong here, so. Every other post, did you know Triori just did this? And did you understand this? The majority of you only know about Ibrahim Traore because you were bombarded with amazing fairy tales on your phone of this young black leader who's beloved by his nation, and the nation is trying to protect him from the big bad West, and Uncle Sam is trying to kill him, and Trump said they're going to kill him for this. Utter nonsense. The situation in Burkina Faso is way more complex than that, for a start. The whole heap of Trump speeches and Trump tweets saying he's going to kill Burkina Faso leader or want to kill him, I'm going to send man go kill him. This is AI nonsense. The fact that people are falling for this is ridiculous. You can go on Donald Trump's actual page. This is somebody who don't stop talk. Trump talk about any and everything. You don't see nothing Donald Trump actually posts about no one do Burkina Faso nothing. Or Ibrahim Traore nothing. You would have seen things like Burkina Faso is now selling their own gold and taking all the profits. And they've used the money to build this and build that. And in 2 short years, you would have seen things like this. Burkina Faso wipe out its debt. It is now debt-free, the only debt-free country in Africa. How many of you have seen this? Jamaicans see this and go sit down on corner and tell people, yo, try your run them on the real band, cause them man they wipe out Burkina Faso debt, and that's what Jamaica should do. Nonsense. Just a little bit of work. Me no believe in them things. Just a little bit of work will I show you so that is nonsense. Burkina Faso did not wipe out any debt. False. You would have seen things like this. Is how I know people are gullible, and this is why I said black people are so desperate for a savior. You can use Mickey Mouse memes and fairy tales and trick the black masses. People are sending me posts. Look on this. Look on this. Burkina Faso just built an electric car all by themselves. 100% made in Burkina Faso by Burkina Faso people. You can't be that gullible, guy. This is all well executed propaganda to turn a Russian puppet into a black hero and divert from what is actually happening in Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and all over Africa, which is an extraordinary act of legal theft co-signed by the same African leaders you are praising, namely Ibrahim Traore, the golden boy of Negroes in the West, who can easily buy a ticket and go live in Africa, by the way, if they wanted to, but would rather enjoy the perks of the West. After all that chest poking, they head right down to Walmart afterwards, go buy beer, food, and stuff them belly and drop asleep on them couch. These are no revolutionaries. You can't fool me, guy. Let's look at the reality. Ibrahim Traore is crafted in the image of Thomas Sankara, a carbon copy. The people who devised this scheme put a whole heap of thought into it. Thomas Sankara was highly rated for many of the things he did back in the day. He went as far as to leave the IMF. Yes, tell the IMF to go suck their mother. Triori is a knockoff of Thomas Sankara. They are playing on the popularity of Thomas Sankara by giving you a knockoff version, but this one is a Russian puppet. Not just Russian, but also a Chinese puppet. You have two daddies. Those psycho materials say Jamaica have two daddies. America and China. Burkina Faso also have two daddies, but this time it's Russia and China. Thomas Sankara was eventually overthrown, and the man who replaced him was eventually overthrown, because that's how things work in Burkina Faso. The country is very unstable. One man take over, and next one overthrow him. You hear a coup happen. After that coup happen, man take over. Next thing you know, him get overthrown, and the cycle continues. It's just that this latest leader who take over in our coup is the golden boy of the Russians and the Chinese. Therefore, him get a massive propaganda campaign behind him. Something his rivals don't get. Triore's speeches are all over the internet. People send me them. Check out this speech, bro. 3 countries right now. Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. Them just left ECOWAS. That's the Economic Community of West Africa. Them just left it. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. What's the story behind it? Why would these countries just walk away from ECOWAS? Well, these 3 countries have a lot in common, and it's not just their geographic location. These countries have a major internal problem with insurgents, rebels, Islamists, whatever you want to call them. These countries have already lost big portions of land to the said jihadist rebel groups. Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore's country. How many of you know that over 1/3 of the country is controlled by rebels? How many of you know that? Does your meme pages show you that? The pages that are bought and paid for by propagandists to try and convince you that Ibrahim Traore is some kind of black revolutionary who's united Burkina Faso and he's selling all the gold and making all the money for Burkina Faso. How many of you know that over 1/3 of the country is not controlled by Ibrahim Traore? Groups like the JNIM and the ISGS control large parts of the country, and they are spreading wider and wider. The people who want to kill Ibrahim Traore are his political rivals and the aforementioned Islamist rebels. Ibrahim Traore is not beefing with the United States. Yeah, but I'm missing one video with Donald Trump. I said I'm going to do this, and Donald Trump said that is AI, you gullible guy. The people who want to kill Ibrahim Traore are the people who him take power from, and the people who are already trying to take over the whole country. You are falling for basic gimmicks. Yeah, but you see what happened is like, see, Donald Trump now a fight against Triori because Donald Trump want to kill off Putin and Putin a lick back. Simplistic nonsense. Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin are not certified enemies. They are not. A matter of fact, Donald Trump gets accused of being Putin's friend. Democrats will tell you that Putin and Donald Trump are chargy. The idea that because Putin are linked with Burkina Faso, that's why Trump want to come kill him. Again, this is why I don't reason with Irish Saxons. You're not looking at it deep enough. Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin are not enemies. If you were to ask Putin who did want to win the election between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, he will tell us that Donald Trump, the war in Ukraine, Donald Trump and the Republicans are not in favor of giving Ukraine more money and more weapons to fight Russia. Ukraine wanted the Democrats to stay in power because it is the Democrats who traditionally support Ukraine in the war against Russia. Republicans could care less about Ukraine. Them no want to send them more money go give Ukraine. Trump and Putin are not no bitter enemies. If them clash, it's because they have the same type of personality, and them type of man they're going to eventually have some kind of argument. But historically, those two are not bitter enemies. The tweets them you see from Trump say them are going to send in man go down on the YouTube video saying them are going to send man go down a Burkina Faso, and Trump has already ordered this. It's AI nonsense, guy. You can't be that gullible. If America wanted to kill Traore, he would be dead. People are saying me think, them send one gunman for shoot him. Send gunman for shoot. That is so 1985. If they want to kill the leader of a state, they don't send gunman go shoot. That is some basic Klansman one other thing. That's some basic Islamist rebel thing. The people who are trying to kill Traore are his political rivals. He was not elected to be no leader. He took power just like many before him. And people after him want to take power from him. In Burkina Faso, this is completely normal. This is commonplace. The story is about, see, they've tried to launch another coup, and what go on is like Donald Trump and like, you know, the West put together, try to get rid of. This is political instability playing over and over again. Back in the old days, America would send somebody in one country to go shoot them, or pay somebody to go shoot them. Nowadays, all them need is a location and they will kill you with a drone. Nobody. Russia cannot stop America from killing Triori if they wanted to. Russia cannot stop Ukraine from killing Russian soldiers with American weapons. Russia cannot stop Ukraine from dropping bombs with drones on their soldiers, on their people, and you think they can stop America from killing Traore? It's farcical. Russia is in Burkina Faso protecting Traore from his internal enemies. Traore is all posturing. The gun on the waist and the tough guy image. Traore cannot protect himself. The Islamist rebels in Burkina Faso are at least 100 times rougher and tougher than Traore and Fiend boys them. Let me say that one more time. The Islamist rebels, they are what Traore pretends to be. He cannot protect himself. That is why he has sold out his country and has given away the majority of his country's gold profits to stay alive and stay in power. Because how Burkina Faso work, as one man take over, within no time somebody overthrow him. These are facts. But he wants to hold on to power. Hence the massive propaganda on social media and giving away his country's natural resources profits, the majority of it. You may be wondering, what are you talking about? Because I heard that Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso is now making all the profits from their gold and they now make all this money from this, and back in the French used to have this, but now Burkina Faso have it and all the profits belong to them. Nonsense! It's because you're lazy and you don't want to do any actual research, so you watch and follow meme pages and let's see one meme run across your screen. Did you know this and that? And you swallow it up. This is where humanity is now. Nobody has time for any research. People want short form news. People want news they can read in 5 seconds. Meme pages posting out one little picture with some words across it, and it is no gospel. It has to be studied. This is all a smokescreen over what is actually happening on the ground. The aforementioned countries, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, they're all resource rich. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants their hands on those natural resources. The Chinese have already implemented their tactics, same ones they used all over the world. Infrastructure for minerals. Listen, African guy, we will build you this, and in return we get that. Chinaman can build that cheap and fast. What he's getting in return is far more precious. This is how the Chinese have completely outsmarted the Africans, the same way they outsmarted the Jamaicans and enough people all across the world. The Russians offer protection for natural resources. Yes, protection. As I mentioned before, Ibrahim Traore is being targeted by the same people he took power from, people who want to take power from him, and the Islamists who control over 1/3 of the country. In Burkina Faso, a coup is not new. As a matter of fact, Traore took power in a coup. That's how the country works. And when he first got power, he promised elections, like all despots. As them take over, don't worry man, we're going to have free and fair elections. I'll know that can come. How many of you ever heard of the Wagner Group? You know, like how Uncle Sam of Blackwater back in the day? Them rebrand now, but ever heard of the Wagner Group? Think of it as a private military, but the Russian version. They are currently in Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger as we speak. You would have seen the memes. Russia said it's going to protect Triori from the Americans. Russia cannot protect Russians from Ukrainians, much less to protect a Burkina Faso leader from the United States. That is comical. They are protecting Traore from his rivals and Islamists in Burkina Faso. Why? Well, a gullible Yankee Saxon or Irish Saxon will tell you that it's because Russians love black people. Yes. Americans, French, Germans, Italians, they're bad white folks, but the Russians are good white folks. They love black people because, I saw this video of Putin and he was like talking about black people and he's so cool. He's not like them other white folks. Gullible nonsense. Vladimir Putin is playing chess just like he has always done. Tactically, Putin and his people are leaps and bounds over the Negro masses because they can trick you so easily. The fact that you fell for something so easy shows you there's a gap. There has to be a gap when it comes down to strategy and implementation of strategy. Remember, Putin is ex-KGB. Them boys are nothing to play with. He didn't rise to the top of Russia by being a dummy. They know exactly how to get what they want. And they know exactly how to play people, especially black people. Jamaicans are telling me that we should be like Traore and Burkina Faso. Now let's explore that, shall we? Imagine Jamaica discovered gold. Imagine Jamaica discovered gold tomorrow. We discovered a cave with 500 tons of gold in it. Jamaica now have gold. Whole heap of gold. Andrew Holness is the Prime Minister of Jamaica. News then break out that Jamaica give America 85% of the profits from this gold mine. 85%. Andrew Holness or Mark Golding, whoever is in charge of the country, would be mocked to oblivion. They would be scorned and called a bunch of sellout dopey-bat. And that's exactly what they would be. If you give an ex-country 85% of your gold, one of the most precious minerals known to man, you give an ex-country 85% of the profits, you are a dummy. You are a clown. That's what Jamaicans will say about their own leaders. Well, check this. How many of your meme pages told you that Ibrahim Triori gave the Russians 85% of the profits from Burkina Faso's gold? How many of your meme pages told you that Triori, the same Triori that them said, take back this from the French and now Burkina Faso and make all this money cause they don't sell out to the Western? That's because they're busy selling out to the East. A puppet is a puppet, a clown is a clown. Ibrahim Triori has signed away 85% of Burkina Faso's gold profits to the Russians. These are facts. All of you can go do your own research and find this out. But half of you think that you're smart. Not actually smart, but think. So you're probably kissing your teeth right now and saying nothing can go so. Because you heard about Traore and he's a black revolutionary, and no black revolutionary would give away 85% of their country's gold profits to no white man, even if it's the Russians. Lie, the little YouTuber I tell. The next half will go do their own research and say, "Rotted, I cannot believe I was that gullible. I cannot believe I thought this latest golden boy African leader was any different from the many dopey bats who came before him, who sold these people short." 85% of the profits. The company that owns 85% of Burkina Faso's gold from these mines, these particular mines, the name might sound like say a Burkina Faso own it, but you know who owns that company? Nord Gold. All you have to do is go do your research and then come back and tell me I am wrong. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Gilbe Burkina. Gilbe Burkina. That's the name of the company that owns 85% of the gold mine. In this particular gold project, the company that owns 85% is known as Gilbe Burkina. So you would think to yourself, oh, Burkina Faso, Gilbe Burkina, because as you can see on your screen, Gilbe Burkina is owned by Nord Gold, and Nord Gold is Russian. Maybe I'm making it up. Maybe this article I'm showing on your screen is just another example of the West trying to create the propaganda to tell lies. Let's go on Nord Gold's own website, shall we? Let's see what Nord Gold, let's see where Nord Gold said them own gold and them state them. Oh, Who's that? Burkina Faso? Gilbert Burkina own 85% of the gold on this big project. The project that's supposedly going to make Burkina Faso so rich, and it's all black controlled and black revolutionary. And Gilbert Burkina owns it. Gilbert Burkina is owned by Nord Gold. This is why I told you the Russians are tactically sound. The company is called Gilbert Burkina. When the layman read that, he's going to think to himself, hold on, Burkina Faso, company named Gilbert Burkina. Oh, they control and get all the profits from their gold. Because they don't look beyond the surface. Because when you look beyond the surface, you will see. It's farcical. The government said the mine could generate 204 jobs. Wow! That is fascinating, isn't it? I bet your meme pages didn't tell you that. And even now that you've heard that, because you're so deep in the Ibrahim Traore circus, you're doing mental gymnastics. Yeah, well, 85% isn't that bad. Even though we know you would condemn your own country, Jamaica, for giving away 85% of the profits from any gold mine. Look at this. Mali, Niger, they all have similar deals. Their leaders have traded their nation's wealth for their own survival. Did your memes tell you that? Russia is offering protection to these leaders because internally people want to kill them and they cannot protect themselves. Ibrahim Traore is no John Wick. It's all posturing. It's all machismo. He's not built like that. He's so afraid that he's giving away his country's most precious of resources, the majority of the profits, to the Russians. Please keep me alive. Not from the United States, where the Russians can't keep him alive. People message me. If you see, it's because Donald Trump knows that if he kills Triori, then Russia is going to declare World War III. Jamaicans are so gullible. Yankee Saxons are so gullible that they actually think Russia would declare war on the United States for killing Traore. They think Russia cares that much about Traore and Burkina Faso that they would declare war. They would ignite World War III for Traore. This is some of the most nonsensical, gimmicky unicorn meat I've ever seen. And that's why I give Traore and people them credit. Credit for having one of the best propaganda PR campaign I've ever seen. Even people who are highly educated and sophisticated are falling for it. It has to be studied. But the more you think about it, is the less it makes sense. The more you think about it, the less it makes sense. Did your meme pages tell you that Russia or Nord Gold have an 85% stake in those Burkina Faso mines? Did your meme pages tell you that Burkina Faso not only didn't pay off their debts, but just April gone, as in this April, they took more money from the IMF? Did they tell you that the memes saying that Burkina Faso paid off their debts and in this amount of time they're going to be so rich because Triori? Did they tell you all that's a lie? How about this one? This is one of the funniest one of them all. Burkina Faso built an electric car 100% indigenous. People are messaging me. Look on that. Burkina Faso can build one car in 2 years and Jamaica can't build no car. These Irish Saxons are so in a rush to demean them own country that they are willing to believe something a child shouldn't fall for. That Burkina Faso, that Ibrahim Traore and him friend them are build electric car. But they haven't shown you the factory for these cars with Burkina Faso workers and only Burkina Faso workers. Then they'll show you the car. The car, by the way, which is a rebranded Chinese car. Look on your screen, that's a Dongfeng. And they're not even smart enough to tell the Chinaman, say, hey, change the headlight them and change the bumper. It's the exact same car, made in China. Now, nothing is wrong with selling a rebranded car if you claim it's a rebranded car. But when you start telling people that Burkina Faso is building cars 100% indigenous and it's all black owned and all the engineers and scientists, guys, use your brain. To build a car, you need lots and lots of research and development, trial and error. You think a captain that took power in a coup and him friend them just suddenly start build electric cars in 2 years, and you have the audacity, the nerve, the unmitigated gall to send these things to me and I tell me, say, Jamaica must do this too? And we should be like Burkina Faso, and why we can't build cars too? Take your head out your backside. Why are you people going to school and spending all this money if you won't exercise basic critical thinking? You thought Burkina Faso was building electric cars in 2 years and wipe out debt just so? I'm not here to be nice. Send them a cement factory. Look at this big cement factory Triori just built. Triori didn't build nothing. The Chinese built that. And him turn up and take pictures. It's right there on your screen. Chinese built. Matter of fact, in Africa there's a man named Dangote, the richest black man in the world. He's the king of cement, that side of the world. The Chinese have made it clear, so them want knock Dangote off of the top. How are they going to do it? Build all kind of cement factories all across Africa in the various countries, make the leaders them turn up, take credit and go on like so, then build something, when in reality what is happening is that the Chinaman are trying to knock off a black man off of the top. They want to replace Dangote cement with Chinese cement. But they're not saying that because that is bad PR. So instead you get one African, quote unquote black revolutionary, and you make him take the pictures, and you make him get the PR glory, when in reality, you're the one behind the scenes pulling the strings. What Burkina Faso is doing is exactly what Jamaica did, which is make Chinaman build all kind of things. And Chinaman own all kind of things. And the government work out all kind of spooky and secretive deals. Traore is doing nothing Jamaica has not already done. Just like how the Chinese build all kind of roads and bridges in Jamaica, are the same thing they're doing in Burkina Faso, except in return the Chinaman want minerals. Understand this, guy. One of the ways China could come up so fast is because the Americans and many Western countries were foolish enough to take their intellectual property to China and tell the Chinaman, say, build this for me, just through they want to save money. They want cheap manufacturing. So they brought their IP to China and the Chinaman start build things for them. Cellular phones, shoes, clothes, gadgets. But the Chinaman is smart. He didn't just build these phones and make these clothes and these shoes and your Nikes and all kind of something. He was learning and he was studying. And now he can build his own shoes. Now he can build his own phone. Now he can build his own cars. Now he can rival Billy Joe. Chinese know, said them cannot go to Africa and make no Africans learn how to build nothing. Therefore, Chinaman take the raw natural resources, carry it back to China, build the things, and then carry it back to Africa, and people clap them hand. It has to be studied. It has to be studied. And the Chinese have built all these things that you Triori built this and Triori built that. Look on your screen, guy. You're bamboozled. You've been tricked. You've been bamboozled. And the Chinaman have built all of that. Then Triori turn up and take some pictures and let AI and the gullible masses do the rest. These projects in Burkina Faso are no different to projects in Jamaica. Chinaman build it, get special deal, local leaders turn up and take some pictures. That is it. Traore unit in Africa. Traore has removed Burkina Faso from ECOWAS. That's at the Russians' advice. Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, all three left. And the Russians are for them daddy. Some African countries have Billy Joe in them ears. Some of the Chinese in them ears. Some of the Russians in them ears. Some of the Russians and the Chinese in them ears. It has to be studied. Ibrahim Traore is a Russian puppet. The majority of the things you see are either complete nonsense or heavily exaggerated. Heavily. I hope Burkina Faso sorts it out. I hope Burkina Faso turn it around. But making up ridiculous unicorn stories about building cars and paying off debts and how Donald Trump will try to kill him, that shows you they have no intention of building anything. Their intention is to deceive the masses. Traore has already sold out his country. He's gotten rid of one white daddy, the French, and replaced them with two, the Russians and the Chinese. America was never the country Burkina Faso had no real beef with. It was France. And then get rid of France, get rid of that white daddy, and bring in one next white daddy and one China daddy. Notice when Vladimir Putin meet Ibrahim Traore, look on him, he doesn't have his gun on his waist. Normally you see him pose up his gun on his waist. And Vladimir Putin would not allow a fake tough guy puppet to even come around him with a gun. Think about it. Putin don't even rate him enough for making him come around him with him gun. Vladimir Putin doesn't even rate Ibrahim Traore enough for making him come around him with him gun. You always see Traore with him gun upon him waist. Putin is like, not today. Those are childish games. It's all posturing. The wipe of military outfits. Traore cannot protect himself. He has invited Russians to protect himself and try and hold out the Islamists. Good luck with that. But a puppet is a puppet is a puppet. And Jamaicans can't wait for this them own country. And go and let them discover something new and revolutionary. When in reality, all we're seeing is a different type of puppet with a different master. That is it. This man have a gold mine in the country and give away 85% of the profits to the Russians. 85%. Things to them tell us are inbuild a Chinaman bill. Nothing new. Chinese going around Africa all over the world building this and building that. Nothing new. You would have known this if you did any real research. But you don't have time for that. You just like to go on meme pages and stuff. Did you know Burkina Faso just built this car 100%? Yo, you say Burkina Faso built car. Yo, look how them gone way past Jamaica. That know dog. Traore the real man. Oh, you don't know about Traore? That's cause you're a clown. You're a clown of the West. Ha ha. Meanwhile, him gone on a Walmart and stuff him got. It has to be studied. Traore is no revolutionary. No black revolutionary would ever sign these deals. That's a puppet. But the propaganda is great. It is so great that many of you right now are going to link me. Yo, just like Richard Curry. Yo, me used to listen to you, but me not listen again. So okay, this the man, the real revolutionary. And then down the road and I realize he actually is a puppet. Then you have to take time to tuck your tail. I hope some forget, but I don't forget. I don't forget. As me say, you can go do your own research, but you don't have time for that. You're too far in. You're too far deep. You're too deep in the rabbit hole. You can't come on now. You've already walked and tell the whole world about Triori. You can't walk and tell them. So right here, you know, start telling one puppet. It's easier for those say, yo, just don't listen to Serpy dog. I'll be a fool just to my chat dog. You see me I say? In bad mind. Alright. Patreon squad, big up on itself. PIA, you don't know, more life. Ultra squad, stay circling. Bless.